Shabbat Shalom, Kol Halal, Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushua, Ba'ashem Kodash. Double honor to the elder apostles of GMS, including the elders that came before them that taught us this truth. Shabbat Shalom, and salutations to all the brothers out pushing the word in truth and in sincerity, all right? This is Brother Yahshua. I'm back with the Third Woe Update, the daily Third Woe Update, all right? And this is an interesting little thing that I saw, okay, about the Temple Mount, all right, and that area. This is the reason for the Third War, the Third World War, all right? The Third World War is about who is going to control the land of Israel or the Temple Mount and all of that, okay? That's what the Second World War was about, okay? Second World War was about the Balfour Declaration and installing people into the land that don't really belong there. So let's get that real quick, all right? This is Joel 3 and 2. Well, let's just read it from the top. Joel 3 and 1. For behold, and this is the Most High. For behold, in those days and in that time when I, the Most High, shall bring again the captivity of Judah and Jerusalem. Bring again means to do away with our captivity. All right? So we're coming out of captivity. We're still in captivity, but what does he say? In those days and in that time when I shall bring again the captivity, all right? So we're in those days and it has started and there's some work yet to do. Now he says, I will also gather all nations and bring them down into the valley of Jehoshaphat or Yahweh Shaphat, meaning God's judgment, and will plead with them there for my people and for my heritage Israel, not the people that were installed there in 1967 or 68, whatever. All right? Not those people, for his people, right? Whom they have scattered among all nations. Who's that talking about? Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, Seminole Indians, and parted my land. Well, who parted the land? They're parting it right now. They're fighting over it. Okay? And have cast lots for my people, and have given a boy for a harlot, and sold a girl for my... Now, wait a minute. Who did that happen to? Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, and Seminole Indians. Okay? All right, so let's find out who's there now. It's Revelation 2 and 9. All right. I know thy works in tribulation and poverty. Okay. Well, we are poverty stricken. We're catching hell with this tribulation. Jacob's trouble is coming up, and that applies to us. It doesn't apply to the people that have been given the land of Israel right now by, not by the Most High, but by the powers that be, right? The Balfour Declaration. But thou art rich. Why are we rich? Because of what is coming to us. Because we, of our actual heritage, we are those people. And, okay, so and there makes a differentiation. Okay? And I know the blasphemy of them which say they are Jews. The people over there right now, they're not Jews, they're Edomites. And are not. But are the synagogue of Satan. Okay? Those people over there right now calling themselves Jews, right? Saying that they are Jews and are not, they're lying. They're the synagogue of Satan. Let's take it a step further. This is Revelation 3 and 9. Behold, look, I will make them of the synagogue of Satan. Who's that? That's them Edomites over there posing as us. I will make them of the synagogue of Satan, which say they are Jews and are not. You ain't no Jew. The Jews are over here catching hell. The Jews went into slavery and got shackles put around their neck, which say they are Jews and are not, but do lie. Behold, I will make them to come and worship before thy feet, and to know that I have loved thee, the true Jews. Let's find out who the true Jews are. All right, let's go to Deuteronomy 1. All right, let's get some perspective. All right, Deuteronomy 1 and 1. The book of Deuteronomy, all right, is written to one people. And we're going to find out who they are by the process of elimination real quick. These be the words which Moses spake unto all Israel, to the Israelites, on this side Jordan in the wilderness, in the plain over against the Red Sea, between Paran and Tophel and Laban and Hazeroth and Dizahab. Okay? So Moses is speaking unto all Israel. Well, let's see what Moses said unto all Israel. Okay? We'll go to the 28th chapter. Okay? All right? And this is about the 10 Commandments. This is about the commandments. All right? All 613. And it shall come to pass, if thou shalt hearken diligently unto the voice of the Lord thy power, to observe and to do all his commandments, which I command thee this day, that the Lord thy God will set thee on high above all nations of the earth, and all these blessings shall come on thee and overtake thee, if thou shalt hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God. Okay, blessed shall thou be in the city, blessed shall thou be in the field, blessed shall be the fruit of all of these blessings, until we come down here to 15. Okay? But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe and to do all his commandments and his statutes which I command thee this day, all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee. Cursed shall thou be in the city, cursed shall thou be in the field. Now, let's find out, because this is how you determine who these people are, the Israelites, unto all Israel. Let's find out who the Israelites are. Okay? What am I looking for here? 48. All right, these are the curses. Because thou servest not the Lord thy God, because you didn't keep his commandment, with joyfulness and with gladness of heart, for the abundance of all things. Therefore shalt thou serve thine enemies, which the Lord shall send against thee in hunger and in serving. This is talk about slavery. Okay? I shall put you in slavery to your enemies, okay, which the Lord shall send against thee in hunger and in thirst and in nakedness and in want of all things. Sounds like the American Negroes right here in America. And he shall put a yoke of iron upon thy neck until he have destroyed thee. The people that are over there right now in the land of Israel never had this happen to them. Your enemy shall put a yoke of iron upon your neck while you're enslaved, okay, until he hath destroyed thee. That's one of the curses, all right? Let's get the main one here. Deuteronomy 28 and 68. And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again. That word again. Well, we just left Egypt, and Moses is breaking down these commandments to us. All right? Well, back into Egypt again, what? With ships. Egypt is talking about bondage, slavery. Okay? The Lord shall put thee back into slavery again, okay, with ships, by the way whereof I spake unto thee, thou shalt see it no more again. What does that mean? By the way whereof I spake unto thee, thou, you Israelites, shall never see your homeland again. until I install you back in there. So whoever's over there right now, what about this? All right. And when you get to America, and there ye shall be sold. Them people over there in the land right now have not been sold to their enemies. There's no record of that. But there's a record of the so-called Negro, or who you want to call an African American, who are not African American. There's proof everywhere that those are the children of Israel. For bondmen and bondwomen, slave people, and no man shall redeem you, shall buy you out of that situation. Oh, they bought him. They bought him. It says no man shall buy. You devils need to quit. You just need to quit. You're not the Israelites, okay? We're waiting to be installed in our land by the Most High. And there wouldn't be, when that happens, there ain't going to be no more war. So what the hell is going on right now? All right? All right, let's watch this ridiculousness. Okay, this is the Watchman with Eric Steckelneck channel, June 8th, reporting from Jerusalem. You guys don't even belong there. You don't belong there. You don't belong there. And neither do the Ishmaelites, the Arabs. They don't belong there neither. Why are you fighting over our land and over our temples? That's our land, okay? And we're not going to see it again until the Most High installs us there, which is why the war in heaven is coming, so to cleanse you the hell up out of our land. So you're not the only ones over there fighting, right, for this land. The Most High is coming back to claim what belongs to him, and you're just going to get knocked the hell up out of there. That's who's going to win. Let's watch this ridiculousness.
In the world, because we get a lot of comments here on the Watchman newscast, people asking, why is it holy? Why is the Temple Mount so important? So today, Danny is the perfect man, of course, to clear that up for us.
Danny is a lying sack of shit, laying claim to land that is not his, that was stolen. You're stealing it from somebody else right now. Jacob, don't have me bring out that video. Jacob, you're stealing my house. Well, if I don't steal it, somebody else is going to steal it. What about that? That's why they're over there fighting right now. You're fighting over stolen land. Doesn't belong to you. He's going to bring it out. But what he's not going to say is, well, our people stole it too.
Bring you the true story behind this site. Story. Where do we begin when we're talking about the Temple Mount?
There's so much you can say about this. Historically, I don't know about prehistory enough to say, but historically, the Bible is the oldest document to document David purchasing this.
True. David was a black man.
Mountain from a Jebusite owner, and then designating it to be the place of the temple, the first temple, the Solomonic temple.
Solomon was a black man like his dad, David.
Son. The place where the
Solomon is Yahushua in the reincarnation.
Ark was kept for 300 years. The Ark was kept inside a building on that hill until the Babylonians came and sacked Jerusalem, and the Ark disappeared and the temple was demolished.
That was the first temple.
Yes, but the Jews came back and they rebuilt it at first on a modest scale, then the Maccabees enlarged it, and then Herod makes it a giant scale at it.
Herod was an Edomite.
Yes, okay, and when Jesus comes to Jerusalem, he comes from here.
Why are you showing Yahushua or Jesus looking like that? That ain't him, that's Caesar Borgia.
From Mount of Olives, and you can only imagine that view of the smoke of the animal sacrifice in front of this giant shrine, the second temple. And the plaza that's around it is still used, but today by Muslims. Wait, how did the Muslims get into here?
And how did you get into there? Okay? Well, you're parting the Most High's land, like he said.
Because sadly, 30 years after the time of Jesus, the Jews dared to rebel against the Romans. The Romans do not like any rebels in any provinces, so by the summer of year 70, all of the city is razed to the ground. And the Romans take...
Race it even to the foundation.
Spoils of the temple, and we know so because they appear, they are depicted.
Look at the thieves. Those Edomites are stealing our treasures. Just like you're over there doing right now. You're stealing the land. That's what you do. Oh, well, they dared to be rebels, so we kicked them out of their land, stole their artifacts, stole their gold. Okay? Why don't you tell it straight?
The Arch of Titus
The
in
Arch
Rome.
of Titus in Rome.
Proof that you Edomites stole our shit.
Yes.
Okay,
And that was the Roman general who destroyed the second temple, Titus.
Exactly. And for several centuries, the temple was left in ruins, both in Roman times and later in Byzantine Christian times. And when the Muslims appear in the city, when they conquered it in 638,
When they conquered it in 638 and they stole the land, they were setting up shop. So the Most High got to come back and get all of you heathens the hell up out of our land right before he installs the real people back in and cleanses the land so that we can set up the kingdom of heaven.
they see a city that was once holy for Jews. Now it is holy for Christians. We want a piece of the action too. But wait, where does it say in the Quran, Jerusalem? You know the answer. It doesn't. Okay, so what they do is they at first relate it to the memory of the temple. Many people tend to forget that. But until the 1920s, Eric, the pamphlets of the Muslims describing this mountain said it is undoubtedly the place of Solomon's temple.
So all three faiths, Danny, agreed, Islam, Christianity, Judaism, that this was the site of the temples.
Yes. But the Muslims also, at some point in early Muslim history, related it to Muhammad's night journey, where it says he went to the Masjid al-Aqsa, the farmost mosque, in order to go up to the heavens and get the prayers of Islam. And although the GPS coordinates are not given, as we know Jerusalem is not mentioned, they still attributed the site to this location.
Okay, so you're stealing. This is what the war, World War III, is about. Again, World War II was about installing those people, all right, into that land, and they did it. All right. Now, World War III is about everybody trying to stake a claim to the Most High's property, and he's going to have to send his son back and the heavenly host to destroy all you heathens the hell up out of the land to clear the way for us. All right. Good enough. Now, let's get to some actual gathering of the troops down into the Valley of Yahweh Shabbat. All right. This is a Secret Files channel. 7 hours ago, Israel's attack on Natanz reveals Iran's nuclear duplicity. Okay, now here's the question. If you're the people and the Most High installed you over there like you're claiming, which is a lie, then there ain't no more wars. Okay? They shall learn war no more. They shall beat their weapons of war into plowshares and be farmers again. No! Look at this. All right? Why are you attacking? All right? Why are people fighting? Why is this world war underway right now? Okay?
Sweet.
All right. Hey, we're at war. This is World War III.
And one.
More thieving, more thievery, more warfare. This has nothing to do with the kingdom of heaven.
Israel's attack on Natanz reveals Iran's nuclear duplicity. With the destruction of the underground part of the nuclear enrichment facility at Natanz, Israel's shadow war against Iran, which has been escalating for some time, has reached its climax for the time being. On April 11th, Iran reported an incident at the Natanz nuclear facility that completely shut down its power supply. Initially, no explanation was given. However, on the very next day, several Iranian officials spoke of sabotage by a terrorist attack. Iranian leaders initially tried to create the impression that the damage was minimal and claimed that the plant's full capacity would soon be restored. One reason for playing down the incident was to not grant Israel, which was soon named as the cause of the attack, any triumph.
All right, so good enough. Sounds like a war to me. All right, why are you fighting over there? Because these Iranians, they know that the people over there stealing that land in Israel, they know they don't belong there. The Palestinians are like this. What are you doing? You're not the people. You're not the Israelites. They know over there. In America, people are so damn stupid. They have been completely brainwashed and completely indoctrinated to believe that, first of all, somehow you are African American. You're not the actual people. If we're the people, who are those people over there? There's too much proof showing that the Negroes in America, the Latinos, Native Americans, we're the true children of Israel. So who are those imposters over there stealing and fighting over our land? All right? The so-called Palestinians are not the ancient Philistines. Okay? All right? What's this? This is the war jumping on. All right? This is World War III jumping off.
Chinese PLA intimidates Taiwan with amphibious.
Secret Files 333, June 10th. Chinese PLA intimidates Taiwan with amphibious landing exercise after U.S. Senator's visit. All right, they're flexing. We don't have to watch this. But what do we got? China against the United States. All right? As the World War III escalates to the point where they have to declare war. They have to declare to noise it abroad. Hey, World War III is going down. Secret Files 333, June 10th. It's like minutes ago probably. Israel reported to strike several sites across Syria. What's going on? Why is Israel over in Syria dropping bombs? Why? Because these people calling themselves Israel, which they're not, but do lie. They're over there stealing that land. And the people in that region, they know. They know who we are over here in America. All right? Adolf Schicklgruber knew who was over here in America. The Russians know. Niggers are sleeping. Tired toys are sleeping. Okay, they know who we are over here. All right, you go outside of the U.S. and find out the truth. That's what happened to Malcolm X. Malcolm X went to the Hajj. He found out, oh, we're the people. Came back to say that we're the dry bones. All right. Well, this is what the fight is about. This is what World War III is about. It's about fighting over our land because they're over there stealing it.
Israel reported to strike several sites across Syria.
Why?
Attack, reportedly from direction of Lebanon, would be first in over a month. Syria claims some missiles shot down by air defense systems. Explosions reported near Damascus, Homs. An Israeli airstrike caused damage to sites in southern and central Syria late Tuesday, Damascus said, the first attack attributed to Israel in over a month. According to Syrian state news agency Sana, air defense systems managed to shoot down some Israeli missiles which were fired from the direction of Lebanon after 11:30 p.m. It said some missiles were shot down and others caused damage, citing a military source. Our air defense array confronted the aggression's missiles and shot down some of them, and there were material losses only, the source was quoted saying. The Syrian news agency did not detail what sites were struck, but said they were located in the south and center of the country. The Syrian Observatory for Human Rights, a Britain-based war monitor, reported violent explosions felt in Damascus and around the city, followed by Israeli strikes on military positions of the Syrian army. Airstrikes also took place in the south of Homs province and in the border zone between Homs and Tartus, Observatory Chief Rami Abdul Rahman told AFP. The Israeli army, which rarely acknowledges its strikes in Syria, told AFP it would not comment on information coming from abroad. There was no immediate confirmation from Israel, which does not generally comment on individual airstrikes in Syria.
Okay, so the Syrians proper are allied with the Russians. So how is that going to fare well? All right, Iran is not the problem as far as nuclear. You need to be thinking about China and Russia because they got a dog in the fight. All right, let's get some precepts and get out. All right, let's just get, let's go back to Joel and close it up. All right, because the Most High is doing this thing. He's gathering the troops in the valley of Yahweh Shaphat. Okay. Joel 3 and 9, proclaim ye this among the Gentiles, prepare war. Wake up the mighty men, let all the men of war draw near. Let them come up, beat your plowshares into swords, and your pruning hooks into spears. Let the weak say, I'm strong. Why is this going on right now when those people in Israel, if those are the God's chosen people restored into the land, this shouldn't be going on. But this is what we see, letting you know that those are not the people. And this is not the time. All right? Prophecies are still jumping off that have to happen before we get installed. All right? And I'll show you that. Assemble yourselves and come, all ye heathen, and gather yourselves together round about. Thither cause thy mighty ones to come down, O Lord. Going back to the angels. Thy mighty ones to come down. Let the heathen be awakened, and the valley, and come up to the valley of Yahweh Shaphat, for there will I sit to judge all the heathen round about. Jump down to 14. Multitudes and multitudes in the valley of decision, for the day of the Lord is near in the valley of decision. If the day of the Lord hasn't come yet, what are those people doing in the land? Okay? Here's how it goes down. All right? God's restoration of Israel, not the Balfour Declaration. Isaiah 14 and 1. For the Lord will have mercy on Jacob and will yet choose Israel and set them in their own land. Okay? And the strangers shall be joined with them, Israelite foreigners, and they shall cleave to the house of Jacob. And the people shall take them and bring them to their place, and the house of Israel shall possess them in the land of the Lord for servants and handmaids. Where's that at? Where are the slaves in Israel right now? Okay? And they shall take them captives, whose captives they were. Wait a minute. Who had the Israelis captive? And they shall rule over their oppressors. Are they doing that right now? Now watch this. And it shall come to pass in the day that the Lord shall give thee rest from thy sorrow and from thy fear. Well, that's not going on over there. There's not rest. There's war. And they're scared. They fear rockets, rocket attacks, missile attacks. There's no peace in the land. And from the hard bondage wherein thou wast made to serve. What hard bondage have them people served? Them people are being given, you talk about welfare babies. America gives all our tax money straight to them, while Negroes are starving in the streets of America. All right? All right? This is the kingdom. The Most High is going to set them in their own land. What land? Israel. The Most High didn't set those people, those Amalekites, in that land. The Balfour Declaration did. So this hasn't happened yet. This is a future prophecy, okay, that comes after World War III. This future prophecy comes after World War III. All right? And yes, we're going to have all you heathens as slaves, and the house of Israel shall possess them in the land of the Lord, in Israel, for servants and headmen. We're going to be at home. And then we're going to take everybody captive who had us in captivity. And we're going to rule over you, the people that oppressed us, that are oppressing us to this very day. All right? So don't get it twisted. This is still going to happen. None of the Most High's word is going to come back void. So you can say what the hell you want to. All right? And that, right, is your third woe update. You know, whether you hear or whether you forbear. Hopefully, be the Lord's will that the elect were edified. And until tomorrow, Shabbat Shalom.